Donald Trump's son-in-law and top advisor, Jared Kushner, was on Wolf Blitzer's CNN program recently to basically message to the world that he thinks that the Trump administration has done an awesome job in responding to this pandemic, even as 173,000 Americans have needlessly died due to their incompetence. Let's take a look.
The United States has been averaging about 1,000 deaths a day over these past several weeks. Italy has been averaging about 3 deaths a day over these past few weeks. They're clearly on a much better track than we are. I want to play a clip, but this is a prediction you made back in April about the US recovery. I want you to listen. I want to get your response. Listen to this.
I think you'll see by June a lot of the country should be back to normal, and the hope is that by July the country's really rocking again. And federal government rose to the challenge, and this is a great success story.
All right, so we're past July, obviously. More than 170,000 Americans are now dead from this pandemic over the past 5 or 6 months. Are 170,000 dead Americans, would you still suggest that this has been a success story?
Yes, look, there was a lot of challenges. This has been a global pandemic, a lot of unprecedented challenges. Again, the first phase of it, people didn't know what to expect. A lot of it was happening in different states. The president was able to rush the supplies that we needed. Now we're in the middle phase. If you look at the economy, which is what I was referring to, we were in a position where the entire economy was locked down, and President Trump passed the first stimulus. He did a lot of interventions. Our economy contracted by much less than our European counterparts, who may have done different things in different ways. And what we've been able to do is have a very strong rebound.
I mean, look, if you were teaching a course on gaslighting, that video would be the best example, right? I mean, Wolf Blitzer goes through the statistics, talks about the numbers of people who have died as a result of the incompetence by the Trump administration, and then asks, is this a success story? And Kushner says yes. Kushner says yes. No, everything's great. Nothing to see here. People are dying, 50,000 new cases of coronavirus in this country every single day, but we're rocking it. Unbelievable.
We've had the equivalent of 62 9/11s. We have the equivalent of a 9/11 every 3 days. I'm not talking about cases, I'm talking about deaths. Deaths, okay? We're at about 175,000 deaths right now. And we lead the world in deaths. And name a metric regarding coronavirus, we're at rock bottom. So this talk of like, hey, I wonder if America is slipping away from being a leading country or the top country, the first world. I forget first world. We're number one, right? No, you guys aren't getting it. We're worse than every third world country when it comes to how we handle coronavirus. That's a fact. It's backed up by numbers. We've lost more people per capita than almost any country in the world. There's over 200 countries. We're rock bottom. That is where Donald Trump has brought us. Remember when he said we'd win so much we'd get tired of winning? I don't know about you, I'm not awfully tired of winning. I'm tired of dying. That's what's happening in this country because of his epic incompetence. And he sends that buffoon Jared Kushner out there like, my dad bribed me into Harvard, and so I know that numbers don't really work. Except dollars work, but numbers don't work. That's why, by the way, Jared Kushner made the worst real estate deal literally in American history in New York. And so this dummy is sent out as the smart guy from the Trump administration to go, yes, leading the world in cases and deaths is such a great show of success. Now remember, Wolf, you have to remember, earlier we had massacres of 2,500 people per day. Now it's down to 1,000 people being killed every single day because of our incompetence. So I call that success. I call you a moron and an unbelievably evil guy. I don't even believe, Trump administration is making me believe in evil.
Welcome to reality, Cenk. Like you just came to that conclusion?
No,
like how did you?
Like my philosophical thoughts on evil is a long conversation, which you definitely don't want to get into. But but generally people act out of self-interest, and it's just a question of how self-interested you are. But Kushner and Trump and those guys are so over the top on only caring about themselves and having 0% empathy for all these people who've lost their lives and all the people who've lost their parents, etc. That if that isn't evil, then there certainly is no evil in the world.
Okay, maybe one day we'll get into that long philosophical conversation. My viewpoint is actually pretty clear cut. Evil exists. We're experiencing it right now. And unfortunately, every single day under this administration.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.